Why?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm your host, Bradley.
Welcome to the Derailed podcast. I'm your host with the most.
Happy to be filling in as host this week. I'm Eric.
I'm Brad.
My guests this week are Eric and Brad.
Being joined this week by Nick and Brad.
I'll be your host.
Your host, Bradley.
You guys have a voice again.
I do.
You do.
Isn't that crazy?
You sound like a human.
That's
You're,
nice. I kind of miss it, though.
I got it. I'm fading it.
Okay.
You just don't touch it.
I get nervous.
Hands off. I got it.
It's one of my many host duties, and I'll host it today.
When I watch us on YouTube,
Yeah,
it looks like you're doing a lot of work over there.
Yeah.
A lot of times. And
I am.
sounds aren't coming out all of the time, right?
I'm frantically making sure that they're all still there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I was curious if you're just kind of swiping back and forth and it's like, yeah, no, these still exist. Which is the perfect one for this moment? Is that what it is? Is like you're playing it like an instrument improvised to the moment.
Yeah.
You're like, oh God, which one
That's
is
what I'm doing.
works
It has
so
nothing to
good
do
right
with
now?
me being very nervous and fidgety at all times.
And just,
You'll notice on some of them, I'll like stop because I see him over there doing it. I'm like,
Right.
Yeah.
Are you?
Right.
Okay, I thought you were going to do a sound here.
Yeah, that
He's like,
pisses
I was
me off.
pausing for you.
That pisses me off. He's like, no, I'm not.
I'm
just-
not, yeah, dude. Just,
Never pause for sound.
Yeah. Let me. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
all
Hell
right.
yeah.
Let me do my stuff.
Hey, it's Derailed.
Hey guys,
Derailed, I'm your host, Brad. That's your guest, Nick, and your guest, Eric Patago.
it's great to be here.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
Yeah,
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my gosh.
absolutely. Welcome to the show, Brad
Thank you.
and Eric.
It's good to be here. Fellas.
Boys.
So here's what I want to start with.
Okay.
Again, everybody contributed
Yeah.
somewhat to the,
I had one or two. Didn't I?
Yeah, you did good.
I'm good
Brad
at this
did
now.
good. Brad
Did I
just brought.
contribute? Oh,
well, yeah,
just
you
brought back old bits.
You brought
from
back bits from
our
your guys'
podcast,
show, that
yeah.
the since abandoned terrible podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we just do it here now.
I mean, never say never.
Sure.
But
Let's
yeah.
say you're
but-
on vacay one week.
Uh-huh.
We'll be like, welcome to Derailed, the terrible podcast with Nick and Brett.
That's
You know?
going to happen in March. I'm going to be on a cruise.
There we go. See?
So I mean, we can.
Now we know.
Yeah. And actually, I'm going to be in Nashville a week in 2 weeks. So,
This is some behind the scenes stuff
Yeah.
for us to
BTS.
talk about. This is not.
Straight up BTS.
This is
you
not.
beat me to it there. But that's in 2
practicing.
weeks, and we'll figure all that out. We might get together and just do an episode before I leave or
Yeah,
whatever.
absolutely.
Sure.
But guys, next weekend,
Uh-huh.
as in this Friday coming up, y'all are coming over to the house
Yeah.
Yep.
for a murder mystery dinner.
I am so excited.
Dude.
I'm ready to be murder mystified.
Me too.
This is so we've never, and I don't want to give away too, because it's like a bunch of surprise type stuff, but I wanted to talk about it because I'm
Right.
super excited. It is my son Braylon's 18th birthday,
My God, that's crazy
right?
to hear.
Right? Our
Shout outs.
oldest son Jace just turned 21.
I didn't like that either.
Yeah, our daughter Jersey 16 a couple months back, and we never really got to do anything for her. So
The trifecta of awful news. Everybody's getting older,
yes,
especially me.
and we didn't get to do a Halloween party this year. So this is like going to be this culmination of celebrating all of our kids and also doing like a spooky type get together because it is a Transylvania theme. The whole thing, I'll tell you, because I just brought over your invites today. And
Yes.
my amazing wife, Amanda, made these invites,
Shout outs.
and they are. Can you grab one real quick
Yeah.
and show it to can somebody?
Absolutely.
I'm closer, bud.
Yeah,
I got you.
because
You
it's
do see
so cool.
Oh,
It's
you
so
got some on the table.
every invite is in a coffin, a little coffin,
Right.
and it's sealed like that old school with the wax. So you see, there's a bat imprint stamp on there,
Oh, yeah.
right? So inside of there, you're going to have your role for the evening, and also as part of your role, it's going to be like the backstory, the actual invite to the party, and some info.
So then
some
here
pertinent
we're
info.
set up. You know, it's
Yes.
not like we got to sit there and read a card and then let it all settle in. For
That's correct.
20
Right.
minutes.
No,
That's
this
really
is
cool.
good because I'm very method.
Yes.
I'm going to be in character all week.
That's the
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she has put so much work into this. I want you to be. I want the
Good.
best of you.
I hope that my character is, I don't know, a drinker.
That'd be pretty cool.
And a fiend.
Yeah. But it's super awesome. We ordered this thing online. We don't know. Even we don't know. We're throwing the party. Who the killer is.
Right.
Who the victim's going to be.
Right.
Like all of that kind of unwraps itself at the party.
That part's very exciting.
Yeah.
Does the victim just lay there and chill?
Well, just
All right.
Here's what I'm gonna need you to do.
Okay.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't know your role yet, but you can still shut your.
But I never talk.
Yeah. Okay. They're perfect. I mean, you're quite the artiste with that.
That's why you're shuffling all the time, Becky. Yeah. Find one. What you say? Perfect.
I actually hit that on accident.
Well,
Sorry.
it's about
Anyway,
talking. It works.
Anyway, my mouth is shut.
Yeah.
I'm not saying shit.
Just let me say what I'm gonna say about it. No questions.
I won't say a word.
Just know, be excited. Mm-hmm. Because it's going to be fun. Also, we're gonna have some food. Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna smoke a butt.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm gonna have some pulled pork.
Gonna pull it.
We're also gonna have some sliders.
Hold on, say smoke a butt again.
I'm gonna smoke a butt. That was an icky sounding one.
Yeah.
That one's called loose fart.
Yeah, I
so-
was gonna say there's not a lot of smoke in that one.
Hold on. Let me try something here.
Okay. That's so many sound effects. That's one thing. Jace listened to one of our episodes. He's like, it's funny, dude. He goes, there's a lot of sound effects.
Yeah, I think that's part of the charm, man. I would just like to say, as 1/3 of what we got going on here, I fully endorse the way you play that soundboard.
I like it the most when they don't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right, yeah. Jace, thanks for listening, buddy.
It was a one and done, I think.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
probably
no.
listened.
He was like, "That's great."
should we stop the show? You tell me how to do a show real quick? So I'm sorry.
I mean, maybe he just doesn't listen.
I
to
have
podcasts.
derailed the conversation.
It's not. Maybe it's.
So I guess what I am saying is I'm looking forward to then next week us being able to come in here and really just like talk about how the night went.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that'll
be
be
fun.
really cool.
Be sure to tune in next week for a murder mystery recap.
Right.
We just like to do cool stuff.
You do.
where
You're good
it's-
at it.
It's not like, hey, everybody just come over and sit around and
Right.
Look at each
leave
other.
in an hour and a half.
Well, you like to make things fun,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, we grow.
and that's a cool thing. It's the same way you did Halloween at your home. It's the same way you do most any event I've ever gone to at your place. Sorry, my eyes were itchy, guys.
Do you remember the one we did the 80s hair metal night?
Yeah,
yeah.
and you know
Brad
what? Can
showed
I-
up like Kurt Cobain unplugged.
Right. Well, it's because somebody fucking told me it was a grunge party.
No, so
Like, if text existed back then,
they did. They did.
let me
You-
rephrase that.
Okay,
If
go ahead.
if
then I'm
my
gonna take the
phone
floor.
had texts from back then, here's my excuse: is Nick told me it was a grunge party,
right.
so I show up looking like a grunge person. And then everybody there's done up in 80s hair metal stuff,
dude,
and I'm like,
everybody
boy,
there looked
wouldn't-
so cool.
Wouldn't have that
Except
been
you.
a lot more fun to do?
We had
Instead of be like, I guess I'll grab one of mom's sweaters.
Right.
I don't know, keep
Yeah.
my hair the way it
Pretty
is.
much you just dressed like yourself.
Right, and
Yeah.
tight rolled my fucking shorts. I think at some
we
point
just had
that evening.
giant hair and
Yeah.
like tight pants
Wigs,
and wigs.
eyeliner.
Everybody went all
And
out.
Brad just walks in, just something in the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something in the way of my good time that night. It was
Brad-
my shit costume.
Brad
because
walks
your
in
brother
like,
told me
you
anyways."
guys look different than me.
Right.
So since that evening,
I
ever
am
since
still mad about that.
I can tell, and I'm still sticking to my guns. Ever since that evening, you have told the story that I somehow told you that it was a 90s grunge party.
Grunge party.
And
I never
that-
say.
and-
I don't remember the word '90s ever.
Okay.
I remember grunge.
Grunge. And I also think that in your mind, I did that on purpose
No,
to fool you
No, I don't
into not fitting into the party.
You aren't that cruel.
No,
I don't
not.
think you did that.
I don't
at all.
have
you're
that
not
in
that
me.
cruel. No, because you're not a fucking prankster.
But I'm
You know
no,
what I mean?
I'm not.
That's
I'm
not
very direct with my silliness.
right.
I'm a prankster. There
Yeah,
you go.
Pettigo's a prankster for sure. However, there is no chance, because not once was it even up for debate, this is going to be a grunge party. I don't know. We might do 90s. We might do 80s. I'm not sure. It was 80s glam themed party. If I told you, hold on, if I told you anything about the party, what I would have told you was it's 80s themed. That's why I have all of this ridiculous shit that I'm about to put on. So what I think happened was you were a stupid dumb moron for a second.
I think.
And that you showed up and then you were like,
meant to say glam and said grunge.
No,
and then here I am
don't-
looking like an idiot.
I don't incorrectly say things.
Allow me to interject.
Yeah. I have
This was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So
I'm red.
The
I am
recollection.
so fucking hot
Yeah.
right now, dude.
I think
Red.
that your embarrassment turned into anger because that's what.
Yeah, no, the embarrassment happens, and it still happens because you
look,
said
it's happening
grunge
now,
instead of glam.
Because anger is the only emotion you're comfortable showing, and you had to aim it at somebody. So you're like,
Yeah.
how about the guy that told me about the party?
No, how about the guy that told me the wrong thing
Guys.
about the party?
Here's what I think happened.
Okay.
I'm willing to own up to a low rent costume,
He's
dude.
mad. We got Red Brad right now. We got Big Red Brad.
I'm red
said
hot.
I'm
dude.
red.
I am red fucking hot.
He just said I'm red.
You go ahead and take the floor now, buddy.
Okay, you guys good? All
Yeah,
right.
I gotta chill the fuck out.
You do. I'm terrified
Let's bring
of
it back
you.
down. Here's what I think. I think it was obviously a simple misunderstanding. I think at some point the lines got crossed of 80s rock party and 90s rock party.
There you go.
Because 80s rock is very glam, 90s rock is very grunge.
Right.
And that's all. That's simple misunderstanding. We still had a good time.
Yeah.
Now, it could have been worse. We had one time we had a pajama party planned. Everybody show up in pajamas. Last minute or day of, we decided this isn't going to work. It's just a party. We didn't tell our buddy Troy. We're all kicking it. And normally, Troy shows up in PJs.
Yeah.
Wasn't happy. That's the last party he came to.
Right.
So
That's hilarious.
also,
Shout outs.
we had a birthday party for Nick one year.
Oh boy.
And Nick wanted it to be a pick your own theme party.
Yeah.
So everybody just pick your own theme.
I just wanted everybody to have fun.
Yeah, mustache bash or whatever kind of party.
I
right?
showed up in a suit,
Yeah, Nick showed up in a suit.
dressed to the nines.
The rest of us, because I'm a prankster, all decided to, unbeknownst to Nick, plan a bachelorette party as if Nick were the bride
That's great.
for his birthday. So we made shirts.
Yep.
There were dongs everywhere.
Yeah,
dude.
so many
Just
peni.
everywhere. We got a big blow up picture of Nick in his Terry Dragon outfit and stuck it up on the wall.
Yep.
And it was like pin the dong on Nick.
Yeah.
Right.
You
So-
know about pin the tail on the donkey?
Yeah.
So instead of a donkey, it was a picture of me going like,
With,
And-
I think
and
your
instead
shirt
of
was
the
off. Did you have
pictures,
shirt off?
no,
Oh,
no
okay.
shirt. Yes, shirt.
Shirt?
We're shirt. We're shirt. And instead of tails, it was wieners.
Yep, dongs everywhere.
So another fun story about that party. I have a great relationship with our dad.
Same.
He typically does not come out to our parties
Nope.
because he's an older guy. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay home and be good. That's the one that he decided to show up
Shows
to.
up to the dick party.
And it was like several hours into the night. It was for my birthday.
Yeah.
I was a little tuned up, right? And all of a sudden, they had just put like a pink like veil over me and shit. Like I finally accepted that they were having a bachelorette party. So I'm like,
Yeah.
sure. I think I even put on a shirt that had something to do with penises on it. And all of a sudden,
was
I
wearing
look
one all
up
night.
and
Sister of the bride.
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I look up
dick.
and there's my dad, like, "Hey, happy birthday, slugger!" You know what I mean? And I'm like,
We had
Sorry,
two
I'm
giant
sorry.
dick cakes. Just and to this day, they were so good, dude. Some of the best cake I've ever. Our kids
Just
still
great
talk
cake.
about how delicious that cake was. It was so good. I wish we could replicate that
Wonderful
somehow.
dick cake.
We had another Halloween party where we knew Nick was coming as Macho Man, and we usually nobody tells anybody what they're going to be for Halloween.
I was really excited about that one.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
But we all knew he was being Macho Man, so the rest of us all dressed up as wrestlers. Also,
Hell yeah.
we like to
was-
surprise Nick at our house.
well, that one's a
was-
lovely
That
surprise.
was the best, yeah.
You're like, oh, hell yeah, thanks, guys.
And then one of the greatest pictures ever is all of us standing in front of the dartboard in our wrestling costumes. Anyhow,
Yeah.
enough about us.
We're not here to talk about ourselves.
One thing I sent a little while back to the group is Facebook birthday posts.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted, just because I had one recently. You had a birthday recently. Uncle Brad, when's your birthday?
September 1st, 1989.
So you had one kind of recently-ish. And so on Facebook, it's kind of exciting, right? You get all day long, just people are like, happy birthday.
It's nice.
How many
It's
people
nice.
still like me?
It feels
Turns out
good.
plenty.
Yeah.
Couple things.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Got a couple issues
All right.
with it. One, now Facebook makes it too easy to just, hey, click this. And you don't have to. So
It's my
everybody's
favorite
is
thing to
the
do,
same thing as happy birthday with whatever the
Oh.
two emojis are. And
Right.
like,
No, I don't do that.
for one, you didn't mean that.
Right.
You didn't mean that.
Yeah. Take
You
like
just-
5 seconds to actually say
Just
something.
type it.
Yeah.
Type happy
Hey,
birthday.
Eric, remember that time you and I had lots of fun together? Happy birthday.
Right.
Number two, when somebody posts happy birthday on your page or makes a nice little happy birthday post for you, as we tend to do for each other, the one with the pictures of us when we're kids, I do that a lot.
Us as kids.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then people just comment on that and piggyback and say,
Yeah.
happy birthday. I'm like, hey, no,
That pisses me off.
that
too.
doesn't count.
No.
You gotta,
You reach out directly.
Yeah.
You don't go through my mom's post
Right.
to wish
Right.
me a happy
Yeah, yeah.
birthday. You tell me happy birthday.
I've noticed a lot of
Man
aunts,
to man.
aunts and uncles take
Or
that,
woman to man.
take
Right.
that approach, and it's like,
Right.
oh, okay, well, I see how it is, I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's a convenient way.
can't wait to see you on Christmas.
Yeah.
because I got something to say.
Like, I'm going to tell my mom to tell you Merry Christmas.
Right.
I ain't going to say it.
I'm gonna walk into Grandma's and Uncle Danny's gonna be like, "Hey, Nixter,
Yeah.
happy Merry Christmas," and I'll be like, "Yeah, actually, I need you to get a hold of my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's gonna tell you Merry Christmas from me."
I always picture it as like, when you're commenting on someone's post, it's like you're talking to the person who made the
Yeah.
post. Right?
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
you say, happy birthday, Nick, and then you get a bunch of aunts and uncles piggybacking to you.
Yes.
So then
Happy
it's your
birthday, Nick.
responsibility to
Yeah.
tell me
What
happy
am I
birthday
doing
from all
here?
of
Put
them.
this in real life. It's they're just looking you right in the face.
That's what I'm saying.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Right
And
in
you're
the
like, "No, man."
Facebook.
But you're still standing right there.
Yeah.
Next to him.
Right.
Like, I shouldn't have to go searching through other people's posts to find your happy birthday to me.
No,
Absolutely.
You
not.
seek me out. You wish me a happy birthday.
I've also noticed that my numbers are dwindling.
Oh, less people want you to have a
Yeah,
happy
like
birthday.
a few years ago, it was like hundreds. This past year, it was
I
like
was-
50.
I think that's more about how active
Is
you
it
are.
Brad?
No, I'm
Yeah,
on.
it's
That's-
always Brad.
It's always me. Every time it's one less and it's me.
Here's me, dude.
Brad's the table trembler.
It's always
trembler.
me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just take a chill pill.
It's okay, buddy. You were red earlier. I'd
I'm
rather you
freaking
be,
out.
Yeah.
Dude. Now
Still.
I'm yellow, so it's like now I just have anxiety but less rage.
You're all right, buddy. And then
I got hairy legs.
There it is.
Yeah. I was looking at the back of my hands the other days. I'm like, boy, if I wasn't redheaded and this was blonde, I would look like Robin Williams, dude. I mean,
Oh. It's hard getting older,
freaking
man.
out, guys. I'm all yellow.
buddy, are you all right?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Jesus
a lot of
Christ.
hair.
I had
starts
something I
happening.
was gonna say and I forgot what it was, but it was in relation. No, that almost harkens back to how you guys have had family members that'll get your birthdays confused or just take it,
yeah.
or it's Nick's birthday and they're wishing you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
haven't
that's
forgotten about that either.
That's not by accident.
Nope.
Let's get Nick red now.
That's a real. It's getting in red.
No, yeah, it's great. It's great. So, yeah.
Numbers going down, though, huh, bud?
that's
Dwindling.
what it was. I think that's about how active you or I or anybody is on social media.
I'm not really.
You're real good at social media in general, Eric Pettigan.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
So, like, I think no matter what the endeavor, you're going to have a lot of interaction because you have business stuff going on too,
do.
and all sorts of like you're socially involved on the internet. Hella,
It's a tough place to be these days.
it is. It's. I mean, it's
It's
still
an angry place.
right. I
Like-
think that's a whole. But
I tried to be not angry, and people are angry at people who are trying to be not angry.
right.
It's weird.
So
An angry place.
I can't imagine the toll that takes on your mental health, just seeing it in the first place. Because, like, him and I aren't as active like that, or at least I'm not, and I don't notice you being super active on social media.
Oh, yeah. No,
and
definitely.
especially compared to how we used to be,
Right.
right? Because we used to be promoting the band and stuff like that, and it was always... And now, like, I'm sharing our podcast posts and things like that.
Yeah.
But,
People seem to like it.
like, I'm posting memes every week or two. You know what I mean?
Good
I'm
meme.
not super engaged on there. So my numbers dwindle because it's not like I'm very engaging on social media.
It's not like there's much reason for you to pop up on people's
right.
pages.
I'm not.
It's certainly not that
feeds
everywhere.
there are less people who like you now than
Exactly.
there used to be. So
That's
it's okay,
the big
Nick.
point. It's
People still like you.
it's
but
not less.
well, just
people
not
like
as many.
Not as many.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's not as many.
To the real ones that stuck with me,
Oh,
thank you. To those that turned their back,
yeah.
I never Jeff.
'Cause I did have several hundred birthday wishes.
Jesus Christ, this fucking guy.
Like I'm rocking like.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I was counting the ones that were on Mom's post, and yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I did search them out. I didn't like searching them out, but I did,
Yeah.
and I counted them.
Because it's like, are you the asshole if you don't say thank you? Do you go through and say thank you on everyone?
I-
I know you heart them.
I heart 'em because it's-
like I do the same thing. I'll
There's
heart them.
I
far
try to
too
go
many.
through and heart
I'm
all of
certainly-
them, and then
I'll
I just
certainly-
I do the oblivious. I don't know if oblivious is the word. Anyway, the next day I'm like, thanks,
Obliterated.
everybody. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
you're looking for.
I do the obtuse. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, which is fine. The,
Obstetrician.
the grandiose. Hey, thank you, everybody.
Obligatory.
There it
Octogenarian.
is. That's
I think that might be the
that's
real one.
actually it.
Yeah. Because you're obligated. Yeah.
Right.
The only ones
that's what
I
it
actually
was.
respond to with words are when people say they love me. Then I respond, love you too.
Like
Thank you, love you too.
Yeah, that's when I do
Mom
a
will get
laugh
one for
react.
sure.
Yeah, LOL. I love you, LOL.
I go, shut up.
Some of them I'll do a care react to, and it's not like a, oh, I'm sorry you said happy birthday to me, because that doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's a, oh, thank you so much.
I care
dude.
that you took the time to
This
tell me
is
happy
the
birthday.
third level of approval.
That
of
touched
heightened
me.
approval. Yeah, exactly. There's I like this.
You
Thanks, man. There's
touched me.
There's I love this, which is thank you. We are close. And then there's care react, which is like you're my mother. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're my mom.
Anyway, that's how you deal with birthday posts.
that's the internet, folks.
All right. So, Brad, when you sent over Brad Science and Name That Time,
Yeah.
right? One thing I thought of, because I've had a thought that I've been wanting to float by you guys anyway, which is maybe we should start a segment on here where it's just a blatant theft of another podcast segment that they do.
Okay.
Like a little lift a bit or something like that.
Ooh,
Steal a bit, borrow a
sure.
bit.
I liked
Yeah.
it. I liked to lift a bit.
Okay.
Lift a bit.
That really-
Yeah,
Right.
just a bit.
Yeah.
Nice
And,
LAB.
and then look at you, right? You can lift that bit
I'm
for
practicing.
me. Yeah.
I'm practicing.
Yeah, so, but it's like if you ever listen to a podcast and you're like, oh, that's an interesting topic or bit or something,
Right.
let's steal it and just do it on our own.
Yeah.
Right.
And but be upfront about it. Not try to act like we're
100%,
not.
no.
Be like, no, we 100% stole this. And then you sent, what about Brad Science or Name That Time? Which I know what you meant to type.
Spell check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Well,
dumbass.
no, it spell checked it as time. I'm not manually spell checking this. I'm in the work van when I send these most of the time. Dude.
Proofread, you fool.
Nah. No, I didn't proofread it till this morning.
But those are a couple of bits from your podcast that you guys used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
Supposed to be Name That Tune.
And then so you want to bring those aboard this podcast, perhaps?
Yeah, we can. Is the thing. Like I'm just I'm when we're in that group text of ours, I'm brainstorming, not brain drizzling, baby. This is
There's no bad
I'm
ideas.
just saying there's opportunities for these because I think they both work out great. I mean, I always loved doing Brad Science because it gives me the opportunity to just talk for 5 minutes out of my ass over
yeah.
the air.
Yeah.
And then maybe seem
There
like
it
a
is.
smart guy or whatever. It's very fulfilling for me and myself.
Fulfill that.
But
fart.
that requires one of you guys to be like, hey, how do you think something like this happens? No,
Oh, so you don't have something on deck. We need
no,
to.
I don't bring this. Brad Science is. I thought you listened to our show.
Yeah,
back
I
in
did
the
too.
day.
I'm
But
actually
Weird.
here's the
surprised
thing.
to hear you say that.
You were on it.
Brad
certainly, a
Science
few times.
is
It's been so long.
It has. It
I
has.
forget how it played
I
out.
just-
I couldn't remember if you had something
No, so
that you
what
brought.
it's
It's
or
not
I
a
remember
TED
hearing
Talk,
Brad.
yeah, it's-
No, it's like
Like
Nick
Brad
will be like,
Science.
there was
I
a
remember.
there was a great one where Nick was like, "Why is the sky blue?" You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Oh, okay, here we go." So here's how light works and prisms work and this and that, and that's why the sky's blue.
All right. Well, I've got one then.
Oh,
You ready for Brad
Wait, well,
Science?
we got to do the theme song.
all right.
I don't
Can
know.
we lift the theme song too?
I mean,
Brad Science.
all right.
I'm gonna learn some shit.
There it is. Okay. I don't,
And then you ask the question.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I read an article the other day that said in
Okay.
30 years there would be no more remains from the Titanic.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
How come?
I mean, probably like rust. Oxidation is the biggest thing. Microbial life, eating whatever exists down there, any organic material for sure.
Keep going.
The metal the metal rots away from the rust and shit, and the wood gets eaten away by whatever's down there that's hungry, that eats that kind of stuff. Like I said, microbial life, things like that. And that's, I mean, there you go. It's all gone now.
Yeah.
It's just metal and wood down there.
Right.
Well,
The ocean's a real son of a bitch, brother.
It really is.
But ultimately, yeah, chemical reactions between the salt water, that's a big part of it. The salt in that water and any oxygen that can be there, be it coming from the water itself, because
Yeah.
H2O, so oxygen's present.
H2O. That's a
You know,
lot.
that's how oxidation works. That's why it's called oxidation.
All right.
Anyways.
Happy birthday.
That, you know what? You're right on it. Because I did read the article, so I know
Oh,
why myself.
This
but-
was a test.
and you know, I know you're a smart dude. And
Sure.
Pretty much the number one thing is there's actually a newly found form of microbial life down there that is.
Said that word like 2 or 3
Yes,
times.
you did. That is eating it quickly. So
so
less
the
the
article-
rust, less that stuff, more this new.
Right.
Yeah.
Was the article something like, this is why it's happening faster than we
Yes,
would expect?
exactly,
Ah,
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, Brad
That's cool.
Science. You
New
got one?
microbial life, guys.
You got one for Brad?
No, it's just one a week.
Yeah, no,
I'm-
that's yeah. We don't do 2 of them.
I'm
One. That was very. Hey, that went fantastic, guys. I feel
great.
great
I
about
just wanted to
myself.
give you 5 minutes.
I'm green now.
Yeah. Look,
We're back to Green Brand. Hell yeah, brother. I'm terrified of the ocean.
What?
I'm so fucking scared of it. I don't. I like being on top of it. I don't like being inside
Right.
of it.
Whoa. Okay.
I can understand the fear of deep water for
Yeah,
sure.
deep dark water, especially the ocean. You know how many
Right.
you know how many unknown giant terrifying monsters there are down there?
Yes.
Several of them we know about that aren't afraid to at least test you out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, take a
Whether
nibble.
They want to actually
So
eat you or not.
You like cruises?
Love them.
Okay, but
Right.
you don't want the boat to capsize.
God,
Nope.
no.
Makes
No,
sense.
man. I'd be
All right.
real sad
Which-
about that.
Which is in contrast to most people on cruises. I think
Right.
everybody gets on a boat thinking, yeah, Eric, I can't wait for this
Let's
thing
go
to
down.
go under.
I hope
Is
we
that
get to
what
go
it
for a
is?
swim.
I
know-
get on there, I ask, the captain still goes with us, right?
You know
Intentionally, like he chooses that. It's crazy, right?
the way they're designed now, they
Uh-huh.
can't.
Heard that before, but that thing's getting ate up by new microbial
Microbials.
life down
Yeah.
at the bottom of the
Not
ocean.
at the bottom of the ocean, but when the Titanic hit the iceberg, the whole bottom filled with water.
Yeah.
Now the way
how
that
boats
they're
sink.
designed, it's all like chambers. So if you were to hit an iceberg, which you wouldn't do in the Caribbean because there aren't any there,
The
True that.
it would only fill up one small chamber.
right.
Right.
The Titanic was also
So
designed
that's
that way.
just exactly how the Titanic
it's just
was designed. It's
where
just,
it hit.
but
Yeah.
but worser.
it ripped. The thing was that iceberg
More
ripped,
dumber.
Yeah.
ripped through a lot of them chambers,
Yeah.
bro. Turns out, doesn't matter how many chambers there are if they all still fill
Chambers.
with water.
Yeah.
And then
The ocean can find a way to
The ocean
to
finds a
take
way.
you.
But
the
I do
ocean will
believe-
take you.
I do believe that 100+ years of progress has probably gone into how those ships are.
yeah,
like
it's
maybe
be-
they
it's
learned from the
better
Titanic
now.
instead of just did the same thing.
All right, Brad Science. How do they made them better?
How did they make them better? You ask.
God
Let's.
Damn it! I messed up in my.
I got
thoughts.
it. I got it. I'm the smart guy today.
I was trying to go past it quickly. We were just talking this morning in our kitchen about how if you say something wrong, because Amanda said, "Why do you call her Brethany?" And I said, "Because stupid Nick one time accidentally did, and
Yeah.
we don't let it go if you say something wrong."
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
we lock in on it and make fun of you.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
we're real settled into our conventions here, is what it is. So.
And one of our convictions is talk good.
You better talk good if we're putting this out there on the airwaves, dude.
So when you go on a cruise and you do the excursions, you don't do like the beach ones where you go swim in the ocean?
Well, I love the beach.
Okay, you swim in the oceon?
I'll go up to like, I don't know, waist deep.
Sure.
About nut
About
deep.
it. Yeah. Just enough to, you know.
Once it tickles that testy a little bit, it's
Absolutely.
like, this is far enough.
I want to.
I can understand the logic behind that.
Hold on, God damn it! Wait. I want to test want to test the temp with my testes. You understand?
Oh.
Yeah, it took me a minute to get it out.
T with your teeth?
Yeah.
Just going to test
The
that
old
temp.
tripty.
The old testing temp test.
Giving the ocean the old
Yeah.
slow hello.
Fuck you guys.
Why? I'm on your side.
Yeah,
with this,
wow.
buddy. I'm on your side.
I feel like I am too.
like I.
It's because I'm
agree.
embarrassed, so now I'm angry.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is what
see,
that
see,
feels
here we
like,
go.
Brad.
Here we go.
I've been there. I've been
Yeah.
there. Nothing to be embarrassed about, buddy.
Yeah.
I agree with your fear of deep water.
Yeah.
I certainly don't enjoy. I wouldn't enjoy thinking about what's down there while I'm in it.
No.
I like scary shit, so deep water is a cool theme that I explore in fucking whatever else.
Dude, I can't even play those
so on
video
and forth.
games.
Right, so yours extends farther than
Yeah.
mine would. But what I wanted to explore was the logic of how deep you would go into the ocean and why I agree with it. And I think it's because we're thinking about the same things. You know what I mean?
Monsters.
If I I might get out there to
Monster
where
testes.
I might get out into an ocean where I could float
Testy monsters.
kind of shoulder wise, but my feet are still
what's
touching
funnier?
and I'm leaning. So then if I want to stand up, then I'm, tits
Gotcha.
are lower, right?
I thought you were talking about like a straight up
No.
back float. I'm
No,
like,
no,
that's
because
fucking, you don't even see them coming.
The creatures could be terrifying, whatever, but the whole point is we're in shallower waters, so hopefully too shallow for like a great white shark,
Or a giant squid.
or a giant squid to want to come up there and rip us away from our families.
You
right?
know what? Them sand sharks will come right in. And
They will.
fuck
I know
your life
those,
up.
but at least you can be like, oh shit, and punch that thing.
He doesn't care.
Have you ever snorkeled?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah,
actually.
snorkeling is
But-
But I would never
one,
do it again.
One more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing. And which is why, obviously, anybody and myself only does is guided snorkeling, is getting farther out where it's like now I'm at the whim of the float, riptides and shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I just don't want to be carried off into the open ocean
Yeah.
like,
Nope.
bye,
Nope.
everybody. Now the creatures can get me.
Yep.
Now I'm out in that shit I don't like.
Yeah, it just doesn't scare
I
me
agree.
as much. I don't know.
Just all reasons I agree with you.
What
like-
you think?
yeah, I
Till
like
a goddamn
snorkeling.
Portuguese man of war wraps itself around your leg and stings you 37 times.
What is that?
It's like a fucking rat
Jellyfish.
king of jellyfish,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh.
Well,
Multiple organisms fused together.
Right.
to-
Portuguese.
Man of war,
Man
and
of
they
war.
will sting
that's what they're
the
called. They're,
fuck out
dude,
of
God.
they're
you.
the bad. They can kill you.
They'll straight
they're the
up
bad
murder
ones.
you.
Okay, you guys.
Those are the ones they were in our biology
Look at it.
textbooks.
Look at me.
This is too
Stay
much.
out of the ocean.
I'm
It
overstimulated.
has Portuguese men of war.
Right, dude.
Sounds
No, they will
racist.
sting you to fucking death.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers, people correct me if I'm wrong, chime it out in the comments, but these are one of the types of jellyfish that can get fucking huge, dude.
Yeah.
We're talking
Like 20, 30, 40 feet long.
that may be
60.
true. I don't want to be the jag
7
off that
school
says
buses.
that. But
It's okay. I said it for you, buddy.
But I know, I'm thinking human size and bigger, right?
Wow. Okay.
Like these can get.
Because typically the Portuguese are.
A littler people.
Well,
Is
it's the
that what you're
Portuguese
trying to say?
men.
I was trying to
It's-
get you to say.
It's
well,
your,
you started me off, buddy. I finished it.
Do you think the Portuguese are here's it's because they sent all the men to war and they became these jellyfish.
Yeah.
So that's where all
It's not what
that's where all the
happened.
big Portuguese
Doesn't
went.
even make sense.
Your science is
Eric
falling
Pedigo
apart.
thinks Portuguese people are small.
I didn't say it.
That's, I mean,
Nick did.
you hinted it. I said that you think that. You're right.
So then explain to me, name that time.
Name that time
I don't
was
remember
supposed
hearing
to
that.
say name that tune.
Okay. And how does that go?
Name that tune when we did it on the Terrible Podcast with Nick and Brad.
Hmm.
I am Nick.
And I am Brad.
It's great. Good old days, right?
Real breathy.
Yeah, get right up. Fucking in it too, dude, like that.
I am Brad.
Love it.
Good.
So how's it go?
He would come up with a general theme of the episode. A lot of times our favorite thing was like 90s tunes or
Okay.
2000s tunes or whatever.
Yep.
And he would name that tune with me, the game.
Yeah.
Eric Pedigo. Silly.
I'm not seeking information for me. This is a new podcast.
You're
This
right.
is not your
You're
podcast.
right.
So,
So then what-
I'm having, this is my job as
Right.
the guest co-host today.
Yeah.
Is to allow you to explain it to our listeners.
He's right now.
I know.
It
Three
turns out.
things,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
3 fucking things.
Okay.
All right.
We're getting them read again.
Guest co-host. Loved it.
Thank you.
Very funny.
That's my pleasure.
Sorry, I was dipping back into
Honored.
yellow there for a minute, and that's
Yeah.
my bad, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are right, 100%. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, so then Nick
was
will play
amazing.
me. Nick will come up with a list of 10 songs that I do not know. All I'm given is the theme of the week. And then we start at number 1, and he plays that song for a little bit.
Yeah, not long enough to where we would get demonetized, even though we're not monetized.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then and I try to guess what it is. And we do that 10 times. And then Nick will either yell at me or yell at me not as badly.
No, when you
In
get
this
them right,
one-
I'm very
No,
nice
I know
to you.
you're
But if you
fine,
get
but
them
I mean-
wrong, dude, do me a favor, don't get them wrong. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah.
So he either yells at me or not.
Okay.
And then at the end, it's like, you got 6 out of 10 right. And then that is my prize, is knowing how many I got right. And then we have fun.
So we can maybe bring this into play in future episodes.
Yeah.
Right. And my thought with that was
Be fun.
Nick hosting again because he's great at it.
Thanks,
I think
buddy.
that's a very powerful element of it. And then it could be a competition between me and you of who can name these tunes.
Okay.
And we would buzz in
With your name, probably.
just saying your name. Yeah. You know, he starts playing the
Or I'll
tune.
say Brad's and he'll say mine.
Oh, well, now it's getting
I'll go,
confusing.
Yeah.
Eric, because we'll be telling each other.
Yeah.
You know what I
Brad.
mean?
Yeah. see,
Right.
Like that.
Eric,
Or-
this
or
is the Backstreet
Each
Boys.
of us will say Nick.
Ooh,
That's how we'll buzz it. Nick. Yeah.
And I'll say Eric and Brad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We do have to
Either
be
way.
careful, even though we are not monetized, still playing licensed music, even as a free
Absolutely.
podcast can get us,
Absolutely.
can get us taken off.
Well, and
certain,
it keeps us from
certain
monetizing
platforms.
as well.
Right.
in the
Yeah.
future.
So,
you're right about, we brought that up just to dash my dreams away on camera.
yeah.
Thanks,
Well,
man.
maybe, but I'm just saying there's ways around these things. We'll talk about it maybe off the air. Maybe distort the tune a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
just to get away from like, yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yep, we'll talk about it off the air.
I'll talk about it.
And so usually do 10. Well, we're not going to do it this week, but I do have a top 5.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. What's your top 5 about, buddy?
So you guys, I put together a top 5, and just to let everybody know, we've switched the format of the top 5s, and this was Nick's idea, I believe, was instead of all of us doing a top 5, each week one of us will, or whenever we feel like it, one of us will.
Yeah.
And then the others will react to the top 5.
/ debate.
And I'm okay with not even letting anybody know what the top 5 is. Just
Sure.
whoever says, hey, I got one this week.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because then it's more focused on our reaction to it too,
Yeah.
as opposed to
So this week, my top 5 is top 5 bugs that piss me off.
Hey,
All right.
This will be a fun one.
This is good. I'm excited.
All right.
Are we ready?
I'm so ready.
Tell you what, come up with a top 5 theme song real quick.
all right. We're doing a top 5 here for you. You're gonna learn a top 5 or 2.
Ooh.
I am Brad. That's Nick and Eric. Welcome to the fucking game. It's not a game.
China.
All right.
Yeah. And so one of my favorite podcasts is the Levitard Show. And
Shout
they do
outs.
top 5s all the time, and to lift a bit kind of a deal.
Helk yeah, I just
They
said.
do. Helk
Dang
yeah.
it. Son of a bitch.
Like after they do top 5s, everyone they name, they call it fanfare. It goes, dun, dun, you know what I mean? So a thing. So maybe going forward, get you a little.
Do some fans.
Celebratory.
Yeah.
We could come up with our own.
Not that one.
Not
I
that
hate
one,
that one.
yeah.
Yeah, not that.
I love a hip hop air horn. We can invent.
I
we
like
could
it,
do
yeah.
horns on the keyboard and fucking beep boop 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 boop.
Top 5 bugs that piss you off.
Piss me all the way off.
Let's hear it, buddy.
Number 5, wasps.
Yeah.
Piss me off, dude.
I know. I think that's Nick's number 1.
That might be my number
Yeah,
one.
you wait until we get through this list.
A
and
wasp
you
will
see.
straight up like ruin my day. I'm like, well, I'm not going outside then. I'm not going outside. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, but hey, dude, fuck a wasp. It's not even like they pollinate, dude. No, fuck them. Fuck wasps.
They're
They
good for
just-
nothing. They're just dicks.
They're just mean.
Did you know that they can memorize a human face?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're like, fuck that.
Like,
guy.
what is that, dude?
No, they're
Also, I didn't even do
Nature.
anything to you. I just walked to my truck, and now you're mad at me, and
they're
we're
killing
beefing.
machines, is what they are.
Yeah. Flying death chopters.
Assholes. I hate them, dude.
The Hulk.
And they're scary. And I've been stung by wasps a couple times. Now I was like 13.
Didn't one like fly up your shorts or something when you were on a dirt bike?
That happened. Yeah.
Or was it your shirt, maybe?
It was that happened too.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Jesus,
Same
double
summer.
win. Yeah.
I was swimming, and I got up out the pool and put my shirt on, and the wasp had crawled up in my shirt.
So it's getting held down by a wet shirt now.
Yeah, and then I put it on. It was actually a Howie Long Raiders jersey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shout outs.
Yeah, and I put it on, and that sumbitch stung me twice in the armpit. One of the worst pains ever, dude.
Probably, yeah.
Another time I was riding my dirt bike down the road, and one flew right inside my umbros and got me twice on the inner thigh. Hurt
All
like a
in
bastard.
soft meats.
Yep.
All in his
SMs.
soft meats, not his hard meats.
Years and years ago, we traveled to Tennessee, and we were still kids.
I love Tennessee.
And our younger brother, Jake, we had just pulled up to the lake. That rhymed, not
Jake.
on purpose.
Take to the lake.
He was like 6. As soon as we step out of the van, boom, he gets stung by a wasp.
Yeah.
Then, years and years later, I took my ex to Tennessee, and she was super pregnant with Rocky.
Yeah, she was.
As soon as she stepped out of the car, right when we got to Tennessee, she got stung by a fucking wasp.
I got hairy legs.
Fucking
And
wasp.
I'm just like, how-
welcome to the lake of Jacob. Oh shit, my bad.
yeah,
You're
Lake
a
of
prick. You're
Jacob.
a pregnant
I'm just
woman,
like, how
so-
come wasps decide sometimes that, you know what, fuck this one person?
Hate him.
Well, that was 2 people.
Well, I know, but it was 2 different occasions. So on one occasion, they're like this one person, and then on the other occasion, they're like this one person.
I apologize. There's something going on in my mind where that's the same wasp, bro.
It probably
That is the
was.
same wasp.
I remember all you pedigo motherfuckers.
So wasps are at number 5 for me.
Yeah, okay.
Number 4,
Let's see.
houseflies.
Annoying,
Yeah.
Annoying.
Annoying.
Very annoying.
Yeah.
And unsanitary.
Piss me off.
but I don't know if I'd put it on my list. But we did make
Really?
This. That's fine. Yeah. I think there's. I want to hear the rest of your list.
I
'cause
like
it
trying to
might
catch
cover
them
too.
barehanded, honestly. I'm
Yeah. No, I'll smash a fly. Fuck a fly. Like I'm still
hate
like
'em,
fuck a
dude.
fly, but not number 4 on my list.
Right.
Fuck a fly.
I try to catch them and let them go, man. I let them go right outside the
Really?
the
We get
door.
it. Yeah, because then you can
wanna-
say, "Oh, this dude wouldn't hurt a fly."
Oh,
It's
Nick
it's a
Pettigo?
very cute.
He's
thing.
a really great dude. He actually doesn't even hurt flies.
Wouldn't hurt a fly. You should see how terrified he is of wasps.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He stays inside when he knows there's a wasp
Dude.
outside.
He's such a gentle being.
I'm not going out there, he says.
We got
He's so
the
sweet.
electrified tennis racket fly swatter.
Hell yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's so mean.
I'll
I
mess
get
with
'em.
one of those. I don't. That's like I don't have some sort of soft spot for houseflies.
Oh, I hate them. Dude,
I
I
just
get
don't
'em.
know.
I love them, it turns
And
out,
it's
the
so-
more I think about
It's
it.
so much harder to kill them with those things, but so much more rewarding.
I got one high on weed one time when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I
Tra-
bet.
This was a testament to back in the day. Had a clear top lid from a stack of burnable CDs.
Okay.
Right, and trapped a fly under it, and then was taking rips and then using a straw to like blow it under the container.
Wow.
And that dude hung out for a while after that. That was
Animal
pretty cool.
cruelty.
Okay. Well, they piss me off.
Yeah.
Sure, Eric hates them.
Yep. Number
Nick
3.
loves them.
I love 'em
and
so
I
much.
sit somewhere right in the middle where I'll get them high.
Yeah, I'll smoke them down, dude.
Yeah.
I'll kick it with
If you want to swing through, I can smoke you down, I guess, dude. You're actually really friendly to those flies, it turns out.
Number 3. Fruit flies.
Fruit flies.
Fuck
Piss
them.
me off,
Now,
dude.
under this fruit fly garb, are we considering things like the buffalo gnats that we
whoa,
get
whoa,
around?
whoa,
Okay.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah. You're just naming other bugs
Starting it
now.
over.
The fuck?
Well,
Starting the
Yeah.
whole podcast over.
Right.
Those are different.
I just
Those are
don't
different.
encounter fruit flies much,
Yeah,
dog.
Well, they're annoying.
They are
and I
annoying.
hate 'em.
All right,
They
let's
piss me
talk
off.
about fruit flies.
Yeah, we buy a lot of fresh produce at the house.
Heck
Sure.
yeah.
You know, and
Oh, they love that.
yeah, and that's the thing, dude. It goes one day past good eating time,
And you're just fruit flies.
and they're like, and they jump right in, and then it's just so many of them, and you hate them.
Yeah.
Then they sell these traps. You know, here you can buy these traps and set these out, and it'll catch them. But you know what you do with the traps? You invite all of the rest of them in.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Because it
Right.
attracts the shit
Right.
out of
Yeah.
them.
They
It's
love
like a
them.
little cup of goo.
Yeah, little goo cup.
you're just
GC.
creating the latest fucking hit nightclub for these motherfuckers.
Yep. I hate them.
Goo cup.
Name James.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You,
My name is Dan. Yeah, we used to work at a sandwich place, and we won't say the name of it. And we were just infested
Yeah.
with those little buggers.
ooh.
They were just.
And-
I remember.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, just try to ignore them. It's cool. They would bring us our bread in this big-ass tray with a
Oh,
plastic bag
no.
over it,
Stop.
and you'd open the bread.
No.
And about 10,000 of those bad boys would fly out of there, and they're like, oh, just ignore it.
Oh no.
Just ignore it.
Oh, that's devastating. Devastating news to me. All right, well.
I don't.
Anyhow. Breads?
Breads
I remember throwing some trays of bread away.
because
I
of the
do
fruit flies.
Yeah, but then I think like he's saying, it was a persistent issue.
If anything, they were like, we can't keep throwing all this bread away,
Right.
so ignore it. Yeah,
Right.
they were like, sell this to people.
And then I
instead.
remember there was one day we like stripped down the store and we're or a couple days.
S D the
stripped
D.
work.
Or S D the S.
SD the
Damn
D.
it.
Oh man, Eric
That's my
Penfield.
very first mistake
Yeah.
doing that game.
You did great.
I'm saying, I mean, you're 99 for 100,
Yeah.
if not a better record. So you're nearly batting 1,000, buddy. You're not bad.
I'm out of here.
What do you have for number 2, buddy?
Yeah.
Number 2, Skeetus.
Yeah,
Skeets.
boy,
Pissed me off.
Oh,
Quit biting me, bruh.
I might put those
MFer.
sons of bitches at number 1.
Quit biting me.
If
Above
I,
a wasp?
yeah,
Wow.
because mosquitoes can sneak, dude.
They are.
You don't even realize what's happening,
Right.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
I just donated a quart.
And
The heck?
they piss me off, but it's like after the fact. It's like, whoa,
Right.
Yeah.
I got ate up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find out most of the time after it's already happened, you're like, well, I'm already going to be itchy now because
Yeah.
of that there.
Dude, it's so satisfying catching one in the act.
Oh.
And fucking just.
And
Yeah.
then just blood.
Yeah.
Watching your own bleed blood on your
Yeah.
bleed self.
It might be someone else's too. You never know.
Right.
I don't care, dude.
like that as much.
I don't
feel
care.
less good about that.
I
now.
like
That's why they
blood.
say. That's why they. I'm sure there's pamphlets that tell you not to smack them on yourself because it could have.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously malaria is a thing, but it's already
Oh.
stuck its snout in you.
Right.
Also, maybe smashing on is not a big deal because it's already stuck its snout in
It's
you.
already stuck its snout
Yeah.
in me.
yeah, but it's like vengeance.
Yeah.
You know,
It
like
is.
Well,
you got
that-
me.
no, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm the last person you ever get.
Maybe you got me that West Nile, but I got you that ultimate death.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
thinking out loud there.
Swift
but,
hand of justice.
I agree with that capital punishment for mosquitoes.
100%.
Yeah.
Fuck
capital
them.
punishment.
Do they do anything productive for like
No.
nature?
Nope.
Do they?
I mean,
No,
they're,
spread disease.
they're part
Right.
of the food chain where other animals eat them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
But-
only thing.
But those
is-
animals eat other bugs too. They don't need them.
Right.
Like, I've heard animal experts talk about that because they're like everything has a place, and it's like what could you get rid of?
Right.
And
How
it's like,
does fogging for mosquitoes harm the environment, so
yeah.
to speak?
Well,
is
it's
a
like
good
we
question.
could get rid of mosquitoes. We could cut them out altogether, and
They're
we'd
like,
be
nah,
fine.
there's still plenty other bugs.
Yeah,
Nothing,
it's
nothing
true, dude.
exclusively feeding
Yeah.
on mosquitoes.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
fuck them.
We could get rid. They are responsible for so much death in the world. Like people in third world countries just straight up die
Dude,
a lot because
wa-
of mosquitoes.
I
That's real.
did I watched a Watch Mojo video,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was like the most dangerous animals in the world, and the whole time I'm sitting there like
sharks, bears.
Yeah, hippos are going to be number 1 because I know that hippos are secretly the most dangerous animal. Hippos were like number 2, and mosquitoes were number 1. They
By-
have
and it's by
the
a
biggest.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
it's
the
just-
biggest body count.
What's the biggest kill rate?
yeah.
Yeah, dude, they take so many people out, just spreading diseases.
Fuck
around.
them.
Yep, hate them. Still don't hate them as much, I guess, despite them being so murderous and evil
Yeah.
as buffalo gnats, bro. Oh, they piss me off so bad. Any gnats, really?
And I can agree with that at number 1.
What's a buffalo gnat?
you know, they're the shit we spray ourselves with fucking bug
Okay.
ants to
Yeah,
defend
yeah,
against
yeah.
out, and like you know about them.
You
out
know.
Those
there
are
away,
buffalo
and
gnats.
so
Yeah,
those
oh,
are
I
buffalo
know.
gnats, dude.
I know
You get
very
bit,
well.
Now you have a giant welt that's itchy.
Yeah.
And like 5 of them get you at a time, and they're always in your fucking face. We
Always,
have every
dude.
reason in the world to hate a buffalo gnat.
Absolutely.
I have a impassioned fervor.
He's Red
for
Brad
them.
again.
I'm Red Brad.
Yeah,
Think about fucking
get it.
buffalo gnat. Thank goodness it's the fall season, dude, because otherwise I'd
Be out there.
I'd go fight them right now.
They hang out in like it
Clouds.
looks like a cloud,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they, oh my god, and they get right into your eyeball. They fly right into your
do.
eyeball.
They do.
Yeah.
Right
They
in
like
your mouth.
They like to get into the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, dude, you gotta
Look.
take a deep breath outside. Guess what? You're inhaling
This is me.
bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
From what
With
I understand,
gnats,
it's
bro.
because they're attracted to the carbon dioxide in our breath. So that's what gets them right
Oh.
fucking here all the time. Me holding my palm to my face for the people not watching on YouTube. like that.
There.
That's why they're right here, is because that's where your hot breath is, and that has the carbon dioxide that they're drawn to for some reason.
And you swat at them, and you're get away, and it doesn't
matter.
do anything.
Yeah.
And then
you smash one on your arm, and 5 more rise up from its corpus.
Right. What the
And you're like, what the hell? You just birthed a new swarm in your face.
and they're like, here, use vanilla, or here, use this Buggins. And it's like, oh, thank you. You know what that does? Nothing.
It doesn't do anything.
I'm going to be 100% honest. It does 0 things.
And
dude.
also, I don't like the smell. I said it.
The vanilla smells good.
I like vanilla. Yeah, I like vanilla.
Everybody's like, yeah, and it smells pretty okay.
Amanda doesn't like vanilla either.
I don't
She
like
doesn't
it.
like that smell, but I love vanilla smell.
I love vanilla smell too. I just not in that setting. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. I'm typically dirty, and I'm fucking
You don't want to think
furious.
about baked goods.
Right, and it's like, all right, put this fucking cupcake scent on me, I guess. Now I smell like cupcakes.
Now,
and
what
I'm
if we
getting
scented
eaten
it
alive.
like hot, fresh bread? Would you like that?
Well, the fruit flies would.
Hell yeah, but hot, fresh bread. Dude.
Yeah.
So, do you guys, I didn't feel like I got much pushback there on my number one. Everybody
No,
hates
you're
gnats.
I do. I gotta put skeeters at number 1 though.
Okay.
Mosquitoes are the worst,
No, they are the worst.
and then wasps.
But ones that piss me off personally, just encountering,
Right.
is gnats.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you're right. That was the list.
Yeah.
What pisses you off
Yeah.
the most?
Sure.
Left out, kind of outside looking in,
Dishonorable mention.
ticks.
Oh,
yeah, I don't like a
fucking
tick.
gross. You know what I
Nope.
mean?
Anybody
Get a
likes tick?
job.
Yeah.
People hate spiders. I don't hate spiders that bad. They
I don't
chill.
really have
No,
beef with
I'm down with
spiders.
spiders. They do good work.
If they're in my house, it might be on site depending on how scary they are.
They're like biblically accurate angels. They may be scary looking, but they're just out there doing the Lord's work,
Yeah.
brother. It's
Eating mosquitoes.
spiders are what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eating the things we fucking loathe, dude.
Moths piss me off. Just when they get in my house, dude. I don't want them in my house.
I inhaled one.
June
They-
bugs piss me off.
I don't like June bugs, but moths just flop around like silly goose.
Yeah, they're dummies.
They're going.
So nobody reacted a minute ago when I said I inhaled a moth one time.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
How'd it taste? Dusty.
icky.
It was real dusty and it fucked my throat up for like a year.
My whole list is.
that.
Why?
I forgot. So okay, just moment of absolute truth. I had my 5. My mind blanked. I forgot one.
Uh-oh.
And I snuck in fruit flies
Okay.
because I forgot what it really was, and now I just remember fruit flies is supposed to be an honorable mention.
Sure.
Yeah.
Stink bugs.
Yeah. See, and that's why. And I guess I had the kind
Stink
of
bugs, dude.
yeah, dude. Our lists are similar now that you've removed a fly and inserted a stink bug.
Yes. Oh, I
similar.
hate stink bugs.
Take a fucking shower.
Get out of my house, bro.
I'm not a fan of swarmy, annoying bugs.
Right.
And I only say swarmy in association with stink bugs because if there's one, there's more.
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
like, how
they're
did you
all
get
over.
in here, dude?
Get out.
Get out of my house.
I was
Take a fucking
doing
bath.
A fucking job out in the country that direction. Irrelevant. A couple weeks back, dude. In a very nice, very well kept home. This
Yeah.
garage was organized and clean that I was in at this time. And I go to open up a box to the toilet tank, and you just crack one side of it, and there's 8 stink bugs.
Yeah.
And you crack the other side of it, and there's 16 stink bugs. And you're like, oh shit. Well, pull this piece of cardboard out, and there's 30 more stink bugs.
They don't care about
I'm just like,
cleanliness or organization.
They just want to get
It's
inside.
not-
Yeah.
They're not there, hunting rotten food or
and you
anything
can't
like that.
smash them. It smells so bad.
Right. I'd be grabbing them with tissues and then
Yeah,
tossing them
throw 'em
outside.
outside.
And, holding on to the tissue. I'm not a litterer. I'm just like, yeah. And that thing goes outside, and then I throw that tissue away, unfortunately.
I
And it
get
has
them.
stink on it.
I get them with the tissue. I flush them down the toilet.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
they say.
Send him to a
Flush 'em
watery
down.
grave. Hell yeah.
Flushing down the T. As a plumber, I can't necessarily agree with putting something like that into the sanitary system,
Sure.
but it's not going to harm anything. It's
that's-
just more random bullshit
Yeah.
for the stuff to catch at the sewage plant.
So I hear stuff like that, but Brad, that's where
You're
I
not
put all of
ruining
my
pipes.
pee and my poop.
Yeah.
is when I flush the toilet. That's where
well,
it
here's
all
the
goes.
thing.
And people are like, "Be careful what you flush down the toilet, because that's our drinking water."
No.
What the fuck?
That's not quite.
What?
We drink that.
Right? Yeah. They're like,
We're just
real-
out here drinking it.
Real quick, Brad science. Your stink bug's not going to hurt your toilet or your drains or anything like that. That's a type of foreign biomaterial that the sewage treatment plant now has to deal with in some way.
Gotcha.
So if
They drink it.
So they have to drink stink bugs out of it. That's what the issue is now you have to develop this to catch yet another type of thing, and then you get millions of crushed stink bugs in this water. They're treating that water.
For what?
It's not like it's recycled right back into your water
you drink
supply.
the poop water.
So
Yeah,
we're
but
drinking pee
it's
and poop water is what you're telling me?
It's all treated. There's no more pee and poop in it. And there's no more stink bug juice in it either.
SBJ.
But that's the thing is you have to figure out that how are you treating this water and does it account for
Stink bugs.
all this stuff that anything a human would put in their toilet.
So here's the other thing I do to them.
You're not harming anything.
I catch them with a paper towel, and I put them in my garbage disposal and grind them to death.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So as a plumber, we need to have a
Christ,
conversation about what you put in your garbage disposals, folks. Now, a stink bug isn't necessarily going to ruin your garbage
It's
disposal, right?
It hasn't.
But
I've done about 700 times I've done
But
it.
garbage
Buddy,
disposals that are
that's-
designed for that last kernel of corn on your plate and things like that. You still want to scrape those off into
Your garbage.
your garbage, or if we're talking about environmental friendliness, into a compost thing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then compost your garden or whatever. But
Well, I put stink bugs down there and grind them up.
dude,
Grind them up good.
the sewage department is like, where are all these stink bugs coming from?
My
dude?
house, baby, my house.
Eric,
Actually,
Covered bridge, I think. I don't know.
Do you ever ponder upon your darkness? Do you ever think, oh, whoops, that's horrific behavior?
You're out here burning them, aren't you? Is that what you're thinking about?
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
No, I just throw them outside my house and then I'm done with it. I'm like,
I
get out
torture
there.
them.
Yeah, you put them through a horrific death.
Yeah.
Whether you flush them
What are you talking about? They're on a water slide for
or you grind them up.
I grind them up.
that one's.
You're like a fucking
Nothing fun
super
about
villain. And
Yeah.
meanwhile,
Well-
everybody's walking around. Boy, your brother is probably the best person I've ever met.
You
True.
know,
I treat people
But I'm gonna
wonderfully.
start telling him, you should see what he does to fucking stink bugs, dude.
I don't
That
think
man-
anybody will have any problem
That
with
man is a lunatic.
They say a bug's perception of time is much slower than ours because they're much smaller.
Oh, good.
So, like, if you were a
experience
stink
it
bug,
so much worse.
if you were a stink bug looking up at Eric Pettigo coming to grab you, Eric would
Terrified.
look like he'd be going.
That's it. This makes me feel so much better about it.
He's going,
Yeah.
Then he
gives
grabs
them-
you up all slow, and the bug's like, "What the fuck? Oh god!" And then it's slowly encased in this tissue paper, which is probably like rock hard rocks to him.
That gives them extra time to think about the decisions they've made.
Exactly. I agree with the punishment. Oh, dude, capital punishment for stink bugs.
Yeah.
And then and then they get tossed.
board, you guys.
They get tossed into your garbage disposal, and they're like, "What the heck is this giant metal place?" Their
Is this
voice,
a kernel of corn?
their voice echoes in there, and they're like, "Hello, hello, hello." And then all of a sudden, a little bit of water comes in, and they're going, "What the fuck?" And then the grind chamber starts spinning, and it starts slower for them than it starts for us. So it's going,
Oh, I'm going to go home and catch some. What?
and then it spins up, and the centrifugal
Yeah,
force
what?
forces
What?
that bug out, and it's going, "Oh God, Nancy!
Nancy,
And
the
then-
stink bug,
And then
screaming
And
for
then
his
it gets-
stink bug wife.
and then it gets chopped into a third and then a
Nancy.
half, and then it's just its head that has no more thorax or abdomen. And then, well,
Yeah.
R.I.P. stink bug. Am I right? Agree with it. I agree with it. Capital punishment for stink bugs, dude. But yeah, bugs perceive time slower. than
Yeah.
us.
Well, I hate them. So
Made a whole list about it. I
grind
agree.
them up.
I agree.
Pettigo,
Yeah,
sorry, bud. You seem to be really sad about.
I
the
am.
way
I'm
murder stink
sitting
bugs.
here thinking about all the things that I may or may not have done that would lead you to put me in some kind
would
of a
never
garbage
do that.
disposal situation.
You know what I do?
All these bugs did was exist. Me and you have had actual disagreements
Oh,
before,
hold
dude.
on, hold on.
Don't flush me down the toilet, please. I'm
wouldn't.
sorry.
Hey, think of it. You're not red anymore.
Couple of things.
Haven't been red
One,
for a bit, so that's cool.
I treat humans wonderfully.
Fair?
2, animals as well. I can't hunt or fish because I feel bad.
Well, is this just because you don't have a toilet or garbage disposal big enough to handle something of our size,
Right.
or
No,
an
I
animal
know.
of
I
that
would never do
size's
that.
size? Because I feel like it sounds like whatever animals you dislike.
I tell you what,
are ones that can fit. in
if
your
I
toilet
ever
or
looked
garbage
up and you were just climbing on one of my curtains, I'd think about it.
He'd kill you.
Yeah.
He would fucking
He's
kill
like,
you.
man, I
about it.
wish I had a fucking big enough toilet or garbage disposal for this fucking thing.
I want to get to one more thing. We've gone into this long enough. Yeah, I've got a dark side, and I
It's
keep it
real
inside.
dark, man. It's real dark.
But Pedigo, you sent over 7 a.m. live streams.
Yeah.
And I'm super curious as to what this is.
I was like, why is that silly? What's he want? I had a lot. Sorry.
So, like on TikTok, I follow a lot of musicians
Okay.
or producers or whatever, a lot of music stuff. And I'll be flipping through my For You page, and then I'll come across one of my favorite like guitar player TikTokers at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, just jamming live.
Yeah.
With a crowd, too. Like, multiple people in the room. And it's not like he's like, hey, guys, good morning. Anyway, I'm going to play. Like, he's, like, in it. He's like, hey, thanks for the follow. Fucking, he's been at it for quite a while already.
Okay.
And it's like, it'd be one thing if he was on the other side of the planet and it was, like, 6 p.m. But it's like, this dude's
He's in America.
fucking Ohio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Wait till,
But he's-
later on, dude.
I guess, but think about it like this, dude. When do you mostly check out TikTok?
Yeah, first thing in the morning.
That's when everybody's on there. So
But
it's
that's-
just, here's the best part is this dude is just putting on a live concert
Yeah.
for just
Anybody.
hundreds of thousands, maybe thousands of people just all taking dumps.
Shit. And
Right. Everybody's pooping.
They're all
they're going,
just
oh.
taking dumps, dude.
Yeah.
And this dude's just like giving them a soundtrack for their
Right.
dump that day.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah. And
good
they're
for
going,
him.
it's very nice of him. It'd be nice if it was calmer music while I'm taking my morning constitution, but
Well,
instead,
not everybody's as smooth. You know.
Yeah, right. Maybe he's trying to aggressively work that
Yeah.
out.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Just imagine how just so many people on there just sitting on their johns while this guy's just rocking out to him. Thanks for the follow.
Absolutely.
You should start doing it.
Good morning, TikTok. I'm gonna help you get that poopy out of you. Anyway, here's "Bleed" by Meshuggah.
It would be better if he also were on the john while doing it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
That's what you should do. in the
that's what
morning,
you want me to
is
do.
do live streams.
He's all like, "What's up, chat? Tell me how yours went this morning in one word."
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's "No Excuses" by Alice in Chains. Dum.
Okay, so the 7 a.m. live streams on TikTok, you don't quite understand.
I don't quite understand. I don't know, like how hyped they are first thing in the morning. I guess like
Hype God 42069
Yeah.
says, "Mine went smooth as butter." Hey, thanks for the like and subscribe. All right. Yeah, this is...
I just if I'm gonna see a live stream at 7 o'clock in the morning, I want them to be just as shitty and drowsy and grumpy as I am, just sitting
Yeah.
there
Just
sipping on their coffee.
Just not like already
No.
plugged in. dude.
Right, dude.
Sound
Like,
check.
just in it. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
we should get you set up, Grumpy, with a coffee on the shitter, and you make the material you want to see in the world, dude.
Yeah.
Where you're
Okay,
like,
I want to see. Yeah, that's what I want.
Have you ever thought about maybe trying out the NPC things that those people do? Where they sit there and do
dance.
like this.
I can do
And then
NPC.
people like send them a gift and they're like, "Oh, thanks for the flowers. I'll give them to Bay later." And then they just
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never seen it in live stream
like,
format.
are you serious?
Oh, it's a thing, dude.
Dude, there's so many of
Yeah.
them.
I
Like, a glizzy, awesome. Like,
Right,
and
yeah.
then they just
Do you know about the Miles Morales dude?
so weird. Yeah, I've seen the Miles Morales.
He's
dude.
out of his fucking mind.
Okay,
Like every once in a while, he'll like drop character, and it's always when he's like mad at somebody,
oh,
and like he
Same, bro.
he all of a sudden he goes from kind of nerdy Miles Morales to like he's like,
angry.
"What's up? Say something, then, motherfucker!"
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
and he's like, "Sorry, I kind of malfunctioned there." Yeah.
Have you seen the one that dresses up like one of the Ninja Turtles? Like they bought one of the costumes
No.
from the back in the day ones.
From the movies?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude.
And dresses up like that and
No,
does
but
like
that's awesome.
pretends to be Michelangelo. There's another dude who does Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
It's showtime.
Yeah.
It's showtime.
Have you guys seen Beetlejuice?
I have not.
have not.
Is it good?
So we watched it night before last. We were just like, yeah, let's just rent it and
Sure.
watch it.
'Cause I'm gonna do the same thing.
It's good. Like,
Yeah. I never heard anybody that was like, "This is garbage."
I didn't hear any
and that's
bad.
something you'd hear it about.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh my god, you got to see it, it's amazing. But I was entertained the whole
Right.
time.
Right.
Whole time.
I just
It didn't get much fanfare.
it really didn't, which
Yeah.
is weird. But
It's not as good as the original, but the original's classic.
I think if you're gonna make a sequel to a comedy, especially one that is like beloved,
Yeah.
you got 5 years tops to do one. Otherwise, like remember the Dumb and Dumber sequel,
Right.
Dumb and Dumber 2
Yeah.
that came out in like
There was Dumb and Dumberer. And
Yeah.
then Dumb and Dumber
which that movie's
2.
actually really funny, but everybody hates it because it's
'Cause
not
it's
the
not-
original
it's not
cast.
them.
But then yeah, they did the one with the original cast in like 2014, and fucking it was horrible.
that long
Yeah,
ago?
it wasn't
Yeah,
that great.
it was really bad and critically panned, and that was like one of the last times that we ever saw Jim Carrey.
I
By
think
the
the
way,
catheter scene was funny.
they were like different characters, dude. They show up to some kind of like women's rights speech or something like that, and
I just remember the catheter scene.
and then
that made me laugh.
they
The rest
heckle
of it
the
was bad.
speaker. They both go, "Show your tits," which is really funny actually. But like, still, it's like that's not something they would have done in the original.
Look at
No,
the fun
dude.
bags on that hose hound.
Yeah, but they
right.
weren't.
Yeah, fun bags.
They were.
You have a seat right over here.
And I think the bit is
I turned it down because
they-
it's time to like hit the music here.
They
in a minute,
never grew
so.
out of it. Something to be said about making a comedy, just real quick.
No,
you know,
you're good.
You only got 5 years. I can kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that sucks about that kind of setup, a sequel so far in the future that's hitting up on a cult classic, right? Dumb and Dumber, Beetlejuice thing. Not that Beetlejuice was bad, but
Oh, that's fine.
you do it 20 years later and movies are completely different just in every way since
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
So like you couldn't present a true to form sequel. Not only are people older, but we couldn't have done a sequel that was done the same way the original Beetlejuice was done because audiences don't necessarily even want that anymore.
Right.
Our tastes have evolved by 20 years and we've been given
Here's the
all
thing
the
about
perks of that.
Beetlejuice. It is kind of done the same way. There's not CGI.
that's cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
But
it's weird.
even in terms of
but
how
it's cool.
stories are
Yeah.
told, like that's another part of it.
Anchorman 2,
Solid.
solid.
I liked it.
Right.
Yeah, I liked it
Looking
a lot.
forward to Happy Gilmore 2.
That's a thing.
Oh, dude.
Really?
Yeah, we're getting real close.
I bet it's gonna
They're
be
doing-
bad.
Probably
I
will
bet
be.
it's gonna be real
I don't know.
disappointing.
It could be really
That's
funny.
way
yeah.
too long, dude.
But
Way too long. That was
Shooter's
96.
still alive,
yeah, Shooter's in there.
and not like an old
Not
man.
Carl
or
Weathers,
anything.
but he
Not
died in
Carl
the first
Weathers,
one anyway.
but
He
He
did die
yeah.
in the first one.
Yeah.
But he came back.
Congratulations, murderer.
Well,
You got
moron. Good for Happy Gilmore. Oh my god.
that guy's dead too.
Oh
The
yeah.
tall guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you meant Shooter. I was like,
And
no.
you
no.
can count.
Yeah.
All right, hit the music.
All right. Well, I can't wait for Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Okay.
Be good. Be real good.
On that note, it's been a great episode. Thank you guys for joining me today.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys stopping by my podcast.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate that. Yeah,
It's
thanks
good
for
to be
coming
here.
out, guys. I've been your host, Bradley.
Brad, you got a great
Alan
little setup
Bodine.
here. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Thanks. Hey, thanks for letting me do this with you. guys.
Absolutely.
You
Thanks
know
for
what I
being
mean?
on my show, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Enjoyed it, fellas.
Derailed.